everyone, Madmable77 here. No, I haven't been on in a while. I haven't been picking for a while either. Couple of reasons. Firstly, I've had an infection in my jaw since before Christmas. I've just had all my rear teeth ripped out to get rid of the infection. That's been dragging me down, so I haven't really been doing much picking. I have, however, been spending my birthday money and collecting stuff up. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about bump keys. If I can get it in the camera. That is a bump key. As you can see, compared to a normal key, a bump key is categorised by all the peaks that the pins drop into are all cut to the same depth. Now, in a nutshell, what a bump key does, if you can see on here, as we put a bump key in, like so, as you can see, as we strike it, these pins on the bottom hit the key pins, transfer the energy through the key pins to the top pins. They shoot the top pins up into the chamber, and if you put just a little bit of torque on it at the same time as all the top pins go in the chamber, the lock will open. A lot of people on the forum have been talking about in the last few days like there's some mystical force. They're really not. You can buy keys alternatively, like me, as you can see on here, all these keys. None of them are bought. They're all what I've filed this morning. Haven't tried them, so I'm going to try them on here for you to see if they work. But basically, all you really need to make a bump key, if you haven't got key blanks, you can use a standard key from any lock that's already got the key pin cuts in. Now, the reason that's handy is because, as you know, all locks, different pins have different spacings. And you want to get the spacings correct. The grooves aren't so important, it's the spacing that's very important. So you can just get a normal key like this. I use a triangular file, and I just put the tip of the file in where the key pin sits and file it down until I end up with a key that looks like a sawtooth. What you'll find is some of the tips will be different lengths because that's hand filed. I just clean it up on the grinder like that and then put it on the soft wheel to clean the edges up. All done. As I say, I've only bought 2 or 3 of these keys. The rest are all handmade. The other thing you'll find with keys, bump keys, is they work by sitting just prior to the pins, and as you fire it in, they jump up. This is why people use donuts and file the shoulders off their keys. That keeps them out, and that allows you to keep hitting it bang, 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 bang like a machine gun. That just stops you having to pull it out a little bit each time, hit it, doesn't open, pull it out a little bit each time. You've probably seen lots of people doing that. These donuts actually remove the need for having to hit the key and pull it out every time. Now, you might ask where you get these from. You can get donuts like this and these that I bought for a couple of quid on one of the key picking shops for 10. However, what most of them won't tell you is what they're actually using is these. Now, coming from a farming community, I know what these are. They are sheep and lambing castration rings, and they are £2.95 for 100. They get them, they sell them to you for 2 quid for 10. You can buy these direct from the farming community. I bought these online, £2.95. As you can see, it's a box of 100 little orange rings that I use as donuts. And basically that and something to strike the key with is all you need. I do have a bump hammer now. I got this in the post a couple of days ago. However, prior to using that, I was using this, a hairbrush. You can use a hairbrush, you can use a screwdriver, and it's just something so when you've got that key in there, you can give it a sharp tap. Now, the important thing to say about the tap is you're not hitting a tennis ball. You're not trying to follow through with your swing. That's not going to do it any good whatsoever. What you're trying to do is almost like breaking an egg, you know, where you tap and stop. So you tap, stop. You're trying to transfer that energy through the key and into the pins. If you follow through, you're going to transfer that energy further to the back of the lock than you want, and rather than striking the pins up, the energy is going to go along. So just one thing on the tap, try and make it a short, sharp clap. Not much else can really be said about bump keys, so I suppose we should have a go at using some of these. So let's see what we can do. This is a master key. If I can get it in shot. There we go. You can probably just see that that is not a normal key. This is a master lock. Does not open the lock. What I know is I'm probably going to need 1 or 2 dampeners, so I'll start with 2 and work down from there. Being a master lock, that'll probably go with anything, to be honest. So all we do is we get the lock in, and what you're looking for when you get the key in with the dampeners, you should be able to push it in a little bit more and feel or hear. Can you hear that? You can feel or hear the click. That's because the key's slightly further out than the last pin, meaning when you strike it, it's going to go in and hit that pin. And hopefully that should allow the lock to open. Now, I really haven't practiced this much, and I really am not at the best angle, so let me get round, hold this bloody lock, and there we go. It's open. That's how much it takes. And it's not the right key, as you can see. I've locked it up again. Oh, lost the key. There we go. And that's how quick that bump key. I made that 2 minutes ago. And that opens the lock. So let's see if we can do it twice. I bet that's not going to work. This one's a longer key, and I know it's a longer key than what I need for this padlock. So I'll put an extra donut on this one. And again, I'll go in and I'll listen for that click. Can you hear that? That's the telltale sign to say that you've got the key far enough out to do what you need it to do. And I'm just hitting it and putting a little bit of torque on, and there we go. That's how quick. I mean, I literally just made those keys before making this video, as you can see by all the keys on here. These are all just various keys. I've just picked out the keys that fit the locks I'm doing here. No more and no less. These aren't, you know, I haven't made these specifically for these locks. I've just picked out the keys that fit these locks. This just shows you how easy it is. There's no need to buy these things. Again, I'll listen for the clicks. We've got the clicks. We'll try this one. This one will probably be a bit more tough because I know this lock's got security pins in. It's just hard holding it not in the vice. There we go. And again, just to show you, I'll lock it up and show you this is not the key. No, there we go. Again, that lock has security pins, so I just wanted to show you that. The same as this one. This is a lard. I know, again, from picking that this one's got 4 spools in and 1 standard. And a lot of people say you can't bump... Listen for the click. A lot of people say you can't bump... sorry, this has got 5 spools and 1 standard. It's a 6-pin lock. A lot of people say you can't bump security pins. Well, you can, but you need to think of it like when you're picking. What you'll find is a lot of the time as you strike the key, you'll go into almost a false set. Now, if you continue to twist and hit it, obviously you're not going to open the lock because you're caught up on the spools. So what you need to do there is very much like picking. You need to keep hitting and ease off the tension slowly, allowing those spools to come back slightly and then fire up into the top chambers. So you almost have to ease off without completely easing off, and then put the tension back on, ease off, put the tension back on. And you'll work your way through the spools. As I say, this is a 6-pin lard. I know it's got 5 spools and 1 standard, so let's see what we can do with this key that I've made. And there we go. But all of these locks have gone with less than 10 taps. Again, key doesn't work. Just a key that I've made, bump key. Again, guys, you know, these bump keys, they are not a dark art. I literally make these out of getting a key like this, which is spaced correctly for a certain type of lock. I get a small file, I file down into the grooves, I remove the shoulder with my grinder or a file, level them off, clean the edges up because you will end up with very sharp angles and the key will get sticky as it goes in and out. Just file it off and clean them up till the key glides in and out nicely. And you will find if you can get it in and get it spaced correctly so you can hear those clicks as you push that key in a bit further, you'll get a lot of success through these. As you can see, I've just filed 10 keys up, picked out 4 at random that fitted locks, and they opened all the locks. So give it a try, guys. There's no mysterious magic going on here. It is just basic thought. You just need to think about how the keys are going to strike the pins. and get making them. You know, you're only gonna learn these things if you make them and give them a go. So give it a go, guys, and let me know how you get on. We'll see you soon. Mad Mabel.